That one will be the second match of the day. Winners of those two matches advance against Falcons and NRG. Winner of those two matches play for the title of World Champion. That's what we are here for. That's what makes this the best day of the Rocket League year.
We're what, 5 hours away from knowing who the world champion is, but still there's so many teams left. Who knows?
This is going to be a pretty crazy stuff. The teams are here because they are so good at this video game. Let's show you the 5 best moments from yesterday. These are the Progressive top plays.
And starting us off at number 5, we've got Atto starting off as Casey mean to go on. Why does he do this? Why does he turtle pass? Well, because he simply can.
So good.
It's so cheeky, so brilliant, and it worked so incredibly well. We're seeing a lot of these plays off the backboard at the moment where people are just adapting on the fly. Let's try something a little bit different.
That was 0 seconds.
Of course it was, as they get into play at number 4. And this is going to be our first of 2 1v1 plays. Here's Moxie, save. Gonna have to be under more pressure. You're on 0 boost. What do? You get another save. Still not enough. Get rid of the ball. Nubo thought he had a chance. Moxie told him something was a little bit different. And it ended up into the back of the net. But as good as Moxie was throughout this was what it was taking to beat our newly crowned 1v1 champion of the world. Moxie held off incredibly well throughout that match, but when it came to plays like this one, this is the reason why we have a 1v1 champion of the world, because Nubo can do stuff like this. 1% angle, 1 player in the way. No issues whatsoever, Johnny Boy. I mean, what was your thought seeing this go in?
I couldn't believe it. I mean, he knew that Moxie was going to get back, so he just goes for the double instead of shooting. Incredible.
Speaking of doubles, let's have a look here from Falcons, who might very well be the villains in the arena today. Rawas goes for the double. Everyone's playing the shot. And instead, laser focused over to TRK. How do you even have the vision for that? Well, there's a reason why I ask questions like that. He simply just plays the moment. But now we get into number 1 for what could be our secondary wildcard team in this event. Joyo, incredible stop, gets the team onto the opposite side of the field. And Archie with the setup. They get that one turned in. GK might very well be the sleeper pick, the dark horse in this championship Sunday. And when you've got Joyo popping off like this, no reason why they can't make a run.
All these teams still playing for that title of world champion. All these teams still alive going for it, other than Nobu, who's already got his championship. Congratulations on being the first ever inaugural 1v1 Rocket League world champion there. We had another crazy moment with Wildcard. It wasn't really featured in any of those plays there. A goal almost going in. We asked the statisticians in the back. This was 99.8% in the goal.
It's
Watch it,
crazy.
6 Unreal units.
But this is crazy.
Wow.
Clears just got chased into his own net, escaped the bump, and then he still got back for the save. I mean, they've done about everything they can, their wildcard, to score, and still just not enough.
So what you're saying is Falcons got lucky in that match, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, they narrowly escaped with their lives.
Wow.
Wow. That's how close a game of Rocket League can be. A game decided by the blink of an eye and the twitch of a finger. Single pixels, the difference between winning and losing here at the World Championship. Maybe we'll see more close moments like that today. Incredible stuff. Who would we say the player of the day was yesterday, Gibbs?
So player of the day, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, well, obviously, we just had a 1v1 World Champion final, so player of the day has to be Nobo.
Yeah.
It just absolutely has to be. What a performance from him. He did the same exact thing where he came out, game 1, it was back and forth, but he was so calm throughout the entire match, Johnny, as you casted it. 4 games in a row to win the title.
Yeah, it's the same as he did against Diaz in Rally. Once he gets going, he's unstoppable, and he is just farming salt right now, even after the match. Every time he appears on screen on video, he's still farming the boos of the audience, which is insane. I mean, to instigate such emotion so many days in a row must feel pretty good.
And those power flicks too, like Moxie was hitting them early, and then Nobo's like, oh, hold on, I can do that too, just emulating what Moxie did. And at the end, he scores a late goal, and then 0 seconds to score in Game 5 to take home the title.
They did get that one there. Then congratulations to Nobo again on that World Championship. Now, we've been giving out awards throughout the course of this World Championship for the regular season MVPs from each region. The only region we have left to give out is North America, and the North American MVP for the regular season in 2025 is Daniel.
Daniel was just phenomenal. The entire Energy team on defense was just so good. Daniel was the #2 defender in the entire region, but his playmaking ability with assists per game was #1 across all. Daniel, North American MVP.
Deserved.
He's very, very deserving of the regular season MVP. He's been, I think, honestly, the strongest player on his team here at the World Championship as well, where we will also be giving out an MVP award. Notably, we're going to show you the nominees here for MVP, or like for the front runners right now. Daniel's not on this list. He would be on this list if we had 6 spots. There's only 5 spots, so we put the other 5 people on there from the other teams.
Yeah, Banana Head's just too good, so there's no space for Daniel, unfortunately. Had to take the back seat to Banana Head. And yeah, Archie, Kalir's really been stealing the show. Fatty's going to be the front runner if we ask the audience, but first Killer, what an event he's having.
Oh my God. 500 score per game, 505. No one's averaged that except for Jorius back in a fall major. First Killer is doing everything for his team. So if they win this World Championship, First Killer will definitely walk away with that MVP, but they have a long run ahead.
Do you feel like becoming world champion here, Shogi, is more about those players living up to what we've seen from them so far, or more about the rest of their teams coming up to their level?
I think what we've seen from there is you need a player to be able to step up like that to get you to this point in the tournament. But from here, historically in Rocket League, it is now about making sure your floor is as high as possible. We don't typically see a one-player pop-off in a grand final.
Yeah.
It is all about making sure that the team is playing at their very top, but you can always get a player that can carry you across the line on that. Turbo Pulse in Season 8 did exactly that sort of thing where NRG needed that press forward. We've seen it so often back in Season 4, for example, where it took a little bit of time, but suddenly Kadoff started popping off and just steamrolled over Gale or over Method. One player can make that difference.
We always think about the one-player pop-off moments. Those are the ones that make it into the highlight reels that we play year after year after year. But the majority of the time is the team effort that gets you across that finish line. We'll see which story we get today here, folks. And the players are also working towards the progressive accolades awards we are handing out at the end of all of our 2025 LANs. We've been calculating these stats across the course of every LAN event for the RLCS season. For the top offensive striker and playmaker, as well as defensive savior of the season, Sphinx is, we thought he had it locked up, Gibbs. Ross is trying to chase him down.
Yeah, Ross is caught up by 0.05, so he only needs a little bit more. He's going to be playing at least 1 match, and a lot of us think probably at least 2, so see how that pans out. But Archie has taken the lead for goal score.
Yeah, and over Kalir's, over a goal per game is insane. Now, he's going to have his work cut out to keep that up because, yeah, tough road ahead of them today, but it's not bad. You know, score a bunch of goals, get eliminated, lock in the award. Maybe that's on the table as well.
Can we talk as well about this ridiculous consistency of Kalir's? Because so often, I feel like people think, oh, we just throw a label on somebody and that, oh, you just keep saying he's a great striker. 2 events in a row now. He is over 1 goal per game. That does not happen in modern Rocket League. He's doing it twice in a row.
It's just wild. He's leading the entire tournament in that and goals plus assists, I believe, as well. He's, like we talk about it all the time, Falcons, best offense in the world, and Kalir's is a big part of that reason. But I don't think he cares about the award. He cares about the World Championship title. That is what he's going for here, so we'll see if he can do it for 1 more day.
Of course, and what a story. I mean, like Archie, I feel like GK may be one of the least talked about teams of the 6 right now.
Yeah.
Archie leading the team for that's a season-long award, by the way, not just for this event. He's not just popping off right now. He's been very, very consistent. We'll see if he can bring it out in our 2nd match of the day. We got a few matches for you before we crown that world champion. Let's take a look at the bracket, see those quarterfinal matches that will lead into the semis and then into the grands.
I feel like Falcons versus, like, if it is K-Corp, that feels like what everyone thought would be the finals here. We talk about the tier levels of teams. It was Falcons and K-Corp and then everyone else. But because of that early loss by Ultimates, K-Corp's in the lower bracket.
Folks, it's time. You've waited long enough. Let's kick off Championship Sunday.
Introducing first on the blue side, representing Europe, the final home team remaining, Le Blue Wall, Carmine Carr!
Is playing first on the day. The Blue Wall is slowly filling in their section over there. They look like they had their flags placed in advance, so they can start making their noise immediately.
Very organized. Very, very organized. It's tough to match this level of coordination. But that's what's going to be needed on the pitch today. Like we talked about earlier, it's about who can play their style as a team. Individuals will have their moments, but it's all about the unit. It's all about the system. And Karmine Corp, when theirs is fully functioning, I think it's possible.
And the question was always going to be is how were they going to play with this amount of expectations on them? Yes, they felt like it was a big hurdle to get over, the biggest one in terms of how they're going to get themselves up and rolling. They have a lot of matches to play, and they have got through it. There is the best of segments, and they want Batty Goat to be crowned champion.
And K-Corp, they say we are the bad guys, and I call them the final boss. That is what they want. Vatira, 3-time major champion. The only thing he doesn't have is that world championship title. He wants it so bad for all these fans.
Somebody at the end of the desk has got one, though. He's going for 2 in a row at Rally. The guy with the experience, he's such a young player, but he's got this pedigree now. He did this last year. Performed out of his mind on Champ Sunday in enemy territory. Now he's trying to do the same at home.
And the last 5 3v3 lands, he's won 4 of them. Drali, unbelievable.
Some people are just champions. Some people are just winners. Drali is that guy. He is just a winner.
Can Karmine Corp become that team again?
And introducing their opponents on the orange side, representing North America. They've cracked the blue wall once here in Lyon. Now they're here to knock it down. Here comes the Ultimate!
And the only reason why K-Corp is in this position is because of this team right here. 2 days ago, the Ultimates took them down to the lower bracket, and that was when the full team was playing phenomenally. Yesterday, it was the first killer show. It has to be all 3 members today to make this run.
Yeah, I'm not worried about this guy right here, though. He was dunked on NRG. He's looking great, and he's got this championship experience as well. Major winner back in Rotterdam. First killer still looking to pick up his RLCS LAN win. One of the best players, it's the unenviable title. One of the best players to not win one.
We were talking yesterday when they were booing the Falcons that they were booing because they were scared. I think there's a little bit of that with First Killer as well. This is a team that has taken down Karmine Corp at each of the last lands, or at this event and in Raleigh. But we all remember Birmingham and how the finals went when they were playing on the stage.
Yeah, it's always one of those things when it comes to First Killer. He is always either the best player on the field, 95% of the time he is exactly that, and by quite some distance. But we always scared about that 5% where suddenly he goes missing, when he tries to maybe start doing too much, when things start going wrong, and he tries to overcompensate for it and get in front of his own teammates. This has to be full trust in the squad.
We talk about the Ultimates, high ceiling, right? We know that they can get here before. They've beaten K-Corp already. It's just that low floor. They could bomb out of this tournament right now. All 3 members have to be playing well. First Killer has to lead this team.
Yeah, I believe in First Killer, though. I think that this event and his growth as a player, back in the day, he did have those moments where he tried to take over a series too much to the detriment of his teammates. I don't see that anymore. I'm seeing a player who's making his teammates look as good as possible while still looking like the best player on the pitch individually. 506 score per game is just a crazy number with this many games played.
And goal participation as well, very, very high for First Killer. But that's what you expect. First Killer leads NA every single year in all the categories.
But as Shogun was saying earlier, this is a day about bringing up the floor of your team across the board. First Killer, if he's going to try and carry his team, he has been improving in that regard. He's not been trying to do that as much. He's been being a less selfish player, more team-oriented player. But in these high-pressure moments, old habits can pop up sometimes.
Yeah, but it's not really his fault, I think. Like yesterday versus NRG, that was more just LJ and Chronic were not playing up to par. And LJ, his international record against international teams is very, very good. He knows how to perform when it's not North American teams. So we'll see if he can get back and forth.
Yeah, I am a bit worried about LJ, though. This is easily the highest pressure day in his life for Rocket League.
Yeah.
And yeah, he looked nervous out there yesterday in Game 7 against NRG.
Well, folks, let us know who you think is going to win in the Progressive Fan Vote. Hashtag KC for the Blue Wall. Hashtag TU for the Ultimates. We are getting moments and moments closer to kicking off the gameplay for Championship Sunday. Two teams that have played each other, many teams across the season. First Killer and Vatira have played each other in 2 RLCS LAN Grand Finals. Vatira has come out on top both times.
Yep, and they're going to need to try and add to that right here. I mean, it's almost about, it's got to the point now where almost North America's looking towards curses. The curse of Neo Tokyo, for example.
Yeah.
Is it important that Ultimates win this in 5?
They have to be leading after game 5. If Ultimates don't have 3 wins, they might as well give up. So, you know, if KC's on match point already, yeah, going into Neo Tokyo is tough.
But let's not forget that the Ultimates, yes, it wasn't in front of a crowd. They have beaten K-Corp twice this year already.
They have.
So they have their number right now, 2-1. Obviously, most important match went to K-Corp. But when the lights are the brightest, can the Ultimates finally show up?
The question we're all asking. The question we all want to know the answer to. We're all sitting here ready. The players are preparing one last moment. We'll be getting into the game momentarily.
It's a weird feeling, isn't it? We waited all year, and suddenly we're down to waiting 2 more minutes. It's ridiculous.
The longest 2 minutes. I just want to go right now. I want to play the game. So, folks, let us know who you think is going to win at home. We'll let you know who we think is going to win up here. I actually have no idea how this is going to go. Johnny, who do you think is going to win?
You know where I'm going to go in this. There's no question. I mean, they've already saved the event 2 times. They've got to do it another couple times and make the final so that we've got the packed audience, max volume. I'm going Karmine Corp.
Okay.
I love First Killer, but he has flaws. And K-Corp, they're a full team right now. K-Corp is probably playing the best Rocket League outside of maybe Falcons. So I'm going K-Corp.
Wow. Predicting against First Killer. Shogun?
Well, there's no way I can go against this, can I? It has to be KC. It's their time to try and steamroll this. I see this being done in at least 5. Give me KC.
Don't make me do this.
Stare at them as you say.
Oh, yeah, stare at them and curse their team? Yeah. Is that what you want me to do? Fine, I'll do it. Give me Karmine Corp on this one. The Ultimates are going to spoil them. It's going to happen because the story is just too obvious for us. But right now, my goodness, Karmine Corp, they have looked so good. And it's on the stage. They have yet to beat them on the stage. That is the difference maker for me. Karmine Corp on one side, Ultimates on the other. Into the air, and the coin comes down. Ultimates to the coin. Okay.
Nice catch.
Okay, it was a good catch. That one was a little bit forward.
And let's not forget that EU #1 seed, Europe, has not been eliminated by any other region but Europe so far.
Can that streak continue here? Ultimates would love to play spoiler. A date with Falcons waits for the winner of this one as the players prepare for the most important day of their Rocket League careers.
This is it. I mean, this will tell us basically the story of the whole day. So KC win this, their momentum's, I think, going to be unstoppable, but they've got to win it first.
It's going to be incredible stuff. How does chat feel about it at home? We asked you to give us your prediction there. And it's going to be Karmine Corp. You know, it's an early in the day, and he's not quite woken up. But the blue wall's kind of international at this point. I feel like there might be fans around the world. Rocket League fans around the world, get up and get loud. It's game day.
Here it is, the ultimate prize. Thousands of teams from all over the world have competed with the hope of standing here at the end and lifting this trophy. That dream remains alive for 6 teams here in Lyon. But the question is, who's willing to walk through fire to get there? There's no more safety net, no more lives remaining. You get one shot on that stage to prove that you deserve to be the champion of the world. It's time to separate what will be from what might have been. It's time to kick off Championship Sunday.
Hundreds of days, thousands of hours of blood, sweat, tears, and desire lead up to one final war. Simply the beginning of the end of the 2025 season is upon us, and Game 1 is brought to you by Progressive. There is so many days, so many series, hours, scrims leading up to here. And as Gibbs was saying on the desk, the scale currently tips in favor of the Ultimates and best of 5s. They're currently 2-0. Then the other series, the best of 7, the grand final over in Birmingham, the best of 7, a 4-0 in favor of KC. So truly could go either way. Well, I hope this is coming through to you guys right now. The volume here is immense, and it's because of chances like this one for Karmine Corp. Vatira shoots the big save. Early doors from LJ. Karmine Corp beginning on the front foot. Vatira forces Chronic to push it into the corner. Charlie's keeping up the attack though. If Carmine Corp can get an early goal, the roof will blow off.
Look at the story of this series, and it's first killer versus every team they've come up against so far. The defense for KC has been their strongest asset. They have been the hardest team to score against. They've also had the least shots against them, the lowest goals as well. And first killer on the side of the Ultimates, he has been the guy for North America, not just his team, but for NA as a whole this lap.
Yeah, he's been utterly immense, but like so many players on this pitch, the one thing he hasn't been able to do in recent times is perform at World Championships. Top 16 2 years ago with FaZe, top 14 last year with Gen G. Not good enough for first killer, but he's already done better than that this time. He's able to go one step further into the top 4. The first time his Ultimate players have made it into the top 4, of course, at Worlds. Charlie, current reigning champion, he just keeps on winning.
Yeah, and I feel like when you look towards the players that we've seen eliminated, Charlie, he's the only one from the World Championship winning team that is still here. Exotic and Monkey Moon, they went out the other day with Vitality, and he is remaining. Placing him with Zen, clearly not the play, as first killer goes for one of his own. Charlie does manage to catch an edge, will straight back again, over the top of LJ. He has to head back home as Chronic takes a touch. It's a little bit wayward, so Vatira can take control. But LJ clearly positioning on the backboard, finds FK, the immediate pass down. Chronic shot on target, but Atto gets the glove to it.
The last time these two teams played in the best of 7, it was the grand finals of the Birmingham Major, and Carmine Corp ran out 4-0 winners
And
on
we casted
EU
that
soil. And we cast that one. We were fortunate enough to be there. The Ultimates were just coming off the back of a defeat of NRG. This time they've been defeated by them in that thrilling 7-game matchup yesterday. Carmine Corp have been progressing themselves with a flourish so far. Back to their best now, KC, despite their earlier loss.
You're seeing that defense from, I think, both sides really coming into play. The Ultimates got in the front foot. Normally, LJ, he dives in to make sure that they don't go down 1-0 halfway through the game. But the Carmine Corp defense has been putting up a fantastic wall. One pass long from Vatira, can't find a teammate, so LJ will be the man to receive. Fakes out one, Dry's gonna retreat, but LJ with no boost leaves himself completely vulnerable. Vatira in the sky, first killer, takes the next touch on the ball. Vatira with a very soft dunk. And we're seeing both teams really feeling each other out early on in this game.
Yeah, Carmine Corp so far, they have been out shooting the Ultimates by 5. They've had 6 shots to 2, and it's the 6th one that counts.
I say good pass, turns out it was a perfect pass and an even better shot. Double woodwork, like a DVD logo. Charlie secures it.
Charlie, who has won the last 2 Esports World Cups, he's won a major, as I mentioned, the reigning world champion. And with finishing like that, you can see why. With teammates like this, you can see why he's favourite to do it again. Carmine Corp do break that deadlock. And they're going to keep on pushing as Atto to the ceiling, gets it into that far corner. First killer having to do more defending. The Ultimate so penned back, Stumpy. This is KC at their best.
Yeah, this KC offense has not been the story of their tournament so far. They've been the defensive side, but they can really turn it on when they need to. Vatira, a lovely pop into the fade, goes low, another 50. Sees Charlie waiting, he gets bumped into it, and no! Vatira can't get there before Chronic.
Oh, a lovely idea though of a player as intelligent as Charlie. You back into have meant the pull shot. Almost paid off. They're going to keep coming again. Charlie has the reset, has to go early, gets onto the backboard. Vatira tries to steer it around the corner. Charlie attempted to get the redirect, couldn't quite do so, but Vatira's going to come again. Carmine Corp constantly full of boost. Vatira, look at the composure that he shows. Here's Charlie must be too, but first killer gets in the way. The attacks though keep on coming.
They keep rolling through, and first killer's the man to make sure they don't go too ahead for the blue wall. Chronic in his own back corner, 70 boost, attempting an air dribble, gets high. You see LJ wants to go for it, but Charlie's the first man to make contact.
Atto fakes it out. First killer falls for the bait as well. Booms it into the corner, where Vatira was already waiting. It's going to send the Ultimates back. 19 seconds left. This game has flown by. LJ in the air, gets it over Vatira. Can he get the bump as well? It's passed on the defense. Oh, but Atto was there.
Atto's to receive it now with low boost. He has to get the perfect dunk, and he does. Pinches into his own back half. LJ has an option right, ends up going solo central. Ends up falling actually to Chronic. First killer has to touch it instead. Vatira's man to get in the way. Chronic to keep it high. The question mark still being asked, but a double pump sound well sent it roundward. And
sound that we've just heard really is remarkable. The LDLC Arena living up to the high expectations we had for it. And its favorite sons living up to their own as well, as Charlie sunk that one. I mentioned with a couple of minutes left, it was 5 shots to 2 for KC. It ended up 12 shots to 2. So once they had the initiative, they did what Karmine Corp do something. They did what they've been doing all season. And that is just keep on pushing. They will never relinquish pressure.
For the KC fans here, though, we've seen across the entire regular season, when they win the first game, they've got an incredibly high win percentage. They are, I think, the best team in the world win percentage-wise. They managed to go through with a 96% series win percentage when they win game number 1 online. On LAN, it falls to 70%. So online, they have a lot more ice when they win the first. They're 27-1 when they win the first game. This one may well be different, but it's a good start for them. A 70% win percentage from this point forward for the Blue Wall.
The Ultimates, part of them will be thinking of what happened the last time they did play in a best of 7, especially with kick-off strats like that. Atto gets the 50-50 to Drali again. It's that combination. Drali ain't gonna make no mistakes. This is turning into a party atmosphere already. The Ultimates have to wrestle back control. Remember, in a best of 7, there are going to be tactical timeouts. When the Ultimates take it, could be paramount. Drali puts onto the crossbar again. The Ultimates digging incredibly deep just to stay in this one. That's a poor touch there from Matera. For a second, LJ thought he was it. Gets him up. LJ gets a few more. Who's there? First Killer has to leave it. And now Matera has the counter.
It's a great idea for Matera. Go high. You know they've wasted a lot of boost on waiting. They've used a lot of boost. So to go for those demos. They couldn't get the goal from it. And you now see LJ lurking in that final third, trying to be a nuisance, trying to be the demo keeper of this game. LJ touches it high. We've not seen much out of him so far. And that would be one hell of a time to peak.
No, but it's better though from the Ultimates. They're having some pressure of their own. A couple of touches to go. Chronic could have been further forward and been on the other side of the pass, but maybe now they've overcommitted. Drali nips it past 1 or 2 of them. Matera's there. The Ultimates fall for the trap.
This game started to run away from the NA side. It's a great play from Drali. The speed accelerating up that right wing. And he stays calm and stoic as ever. Job not done.
Well, on our pre-show, teammates had an excellent interview with Kometo, and Kometo said, NA, easy. So far, it's proving to be the case. I've got a feeling there'll be a few more twists and turns before this one is all said and done, though.
Europe yet to be eliminated by anybody other than Europe at this World Championship 2. We find ourselves on Sunday. KC really want to continue that streak going.
LJ keeps control of this ball, gets it into the center. First Killer free jumping, much better there. Oh, First Killer, can he stick this? Oh! He's hit the post on what would have been a stunner.
It's another slice of heaven from First Killer. He has another chance, tries to buy the cherry again. This 1v3 so far going the way of the 3.
The Ultimate's trying to up the pressure, but Karmine Corp seem to be enjoying defending and then countering. Drali gets a nibble on LJ as it looks like he was coming forwards. Atto's turn this time. Karmine Corp ever so slightly more offensive, allowing Ultimate some pressure, but dealing with it well. And then it's a double come in. It's a double miss. It's double disaster for the Ultimates.
Oh, la, 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 la. Matera going below both of them, faking them out. The third goal for KC shows their intent.
Karmine Corp, a team that keep on pushing, keep on prodding your wounds when they begin to show. And so they and Falcons, 2 teams in World Rocket League, who are most likely to keep on scoring. So if Ultimates can't get a hold of this one, KC will keep on coming. They'll keep on entertaining their fans, building up this momentum inside the arena. Atto almost loses out to First Killer. But again, just when it seems the Ultimates are going to take their final shot, launch their final punch, the Karmine Corp player is there in their face.
Bear in mind, we're also yet to see Ultimates secure a goal. Didn't get one in the first. 4 unanswered for KC so far against the best offensive player in this entire tournament.
First Killer Gets the flip reset. Here he is, as you mentioned him, Stumpy. Gonna fall to LJ. He's got control of the ball. Vatira's pre-jumping, but Vatira can't get there. Chronic gets in the way of LJ. Nothing is working for the Ultimates.
Chronic was there for it. He wanted to get the bump on the final man. Instead, he gets the bump on the ball. A nice redirect from Drali. Asks a big question of Chronic. He replies pretty quickly. Vatira, right-hand side. Ends up leaving that ball, goes towards Atto. And look at this ball control coming through from KC. They don't care where it goes at this point. Let's just make sure that ball is ours.
The Ultimates, though, are able to get it forward occasionally. Vatira misses it again, but what he does do is put pressure on the Ultimates play and make sure that he can't keep complete control of it. Atto in the middle with first killer. Charlie's redirecting back towards the Ultimates goal. This should be relatively defendable for the Ultimates. That's better there from LJ until Atto comes in. Chronic a little bit of trouble, pushes it to the side. Seem like a fourth goal for either team is brewing at the moment. A completely open game of Rocket League.
Final 80, shot below the crossbar, and Atto once again draws back the bow and fires the fourth arrow into the hearts.
Chronic can do nothing about that one. Atto knew where the goalkeepers were and picked the spot in the net where they would not be. Carmine Corp putting the Ultimates to the sword. Relentless from the blue wall. Charlie wants the redirect. He's got the redirect over Chronic. Nobody was following it up. But the party's continuing. Chronic pushes it to the side. And the Ultimates, they seem like they're running out of ideas. Their only hope at the moment is a tactical timeout.
Yeah, I imagine we see it after this game.
And it would have to be the greatest team talk we've ever seen from Sad Junior.
I mean, that's compounded by the fact, Cole, that, you know, we've got 40 seconds left. It's 4-0 up, and the Ultimates, they've only been able to get through these best-of-5s against KC. A great chance for them there. Still yet to score 5 unanswered. Vatira goes long in the final 30. Wants to get it central, only finds as far as Drali. The Ultimates have got a lot of work to do here. It's one thing to say, yes, theoretically we can 1v3 with first killer, but when you're against offense like that, and it comes down to luck that it's not 5, he just couldn't shoot quite on target, you need to get answers soon.
The Ultimates want to build up something, but the head of steam is not brewing. First killer wants to keep it up. You understand that from the Ultimates. Desperate to steal something. Drali tries to flip reset it over. And Vatira eventually settles just for the 4-0 win.
I imagine we do see the tactical timeout coming through. And the thing is, Cole, this is an incredible uphill battle. The points on the side of the Ultimates remarkably low.
Limiting first killer, who's been hitting 700s, who's been hitting 800s, even against NRG. Limiting him in that game to 138.
The only other player to finish above 500 points per game was Jorias in the Sweden Major all the way back in 21-22. First killer was on to match that as well with over 500 points per game average. And I believe I just heard that that is going to be a timeout called for the Ultimates. The issue is, Cole, as I was saying, an uphill battle. So far this season, when winning the first 2 games in the series, Carmine Corp are 30-1. The one that they lost was the best-of-7 reverse sweep against Twisted Minds in the Raleigh Major. That happening so recently. They've won 23-0, 100% online, 7-1 on LAN when they win the first 2 games. I don't know what the Ultimates can say here, but Twisted Minds prove the gods can bleed. Can we bring them to their knees?
Well, the Ultimates is going to have to hark back to what did happen in Raleigh. That was on their soil as well. They would have been bearing witness to what Twisted Minds accomplished against Carmine Corp. But Carmine Corp didn't have this back then. We're just looking right now, Stumpy, at a sea of people, all with one desire in mind, to push what's already an object that's falling down the mountain of quite a lot of momentum and make it as quick as it can go. Carmine Corp don't even need the help. That's the scary thing, that they have it. And if the Ultimates do shock them, if the Ultimates do somehow manage to stump them, then the crowd are going to be there to GKC right back on again.
We're also seeing that they're really struggling to score the ultimates. It's currently 5-0. 0 goals going in. And it's hard to score against that KC defense. They're #1 in this event in particular, probably the world in defense for a reason. But the offense, especially through First Killer, they know to nullify him, and then the team is nullified. That's the issue when you've got one spearhead as opposed to a trident.
The frustration I've got with the Ultimates is it's understandable to be losing to KC. It's even understandable to go 0-5 across 2 games. It was that at the start of that second game, there was a moment where the ball went across the center, and in my opinion, Chronic was too deep. You know, he was too far back as the 3rd man. And then they overdid it. After that, they thought, we've missed a chance there. Then they overcommit, and then there are sort of huge gaps defensively. They're not getting the balance right. It's almost like the pressure, the occasion, is getting to them.
Yeah.
And they have to find a way to make that not be the case. It's doable. It's so doable.
Very, very.
Once they lock in, if they get a goal, if First Killer gets rolling, you know, if LJ returns the form we've seen him get for Space Station Gaming in the past, then they are more than capable.
When you look in the arena right now, and the Ultimates, they must be searching for a light in the darkness. The KC fans have given them a lot, but none of these are what they want. They need to start off with 1 goal, then 1 game, and then look toward the series. They've beaten them at this event already. It didn't even go to 5.
I love the way the blue wall, they're like, nah, we're not doing the light thing. We're the blue wall. We've got our flags.
Yeah, we're doing our own thing. Scarves up, boys!
Stubbornness as a crowd. It's a rarely seen thing. But
It's 17 minutes past 2 on the docket. That means it's scarf time. Torch time, I think you'll find, is actually at 18 minutes past 2. So keep them off for now, fellas.
Mate, if everyone else turns off their torches, then the blue will turn on their torches. I am in awe of this crowd.
Oh, wait, they're coming on!
Oh, it's time! We've just ticked over to 17:03, it seems.
There we go, yeah, there we go. 18 minutes past 2, and the KC fans, now they bring their torches out. The flashlights are activated, and the Ultimates need to hope that there is more light shone on this series than they have seen so far.
They need a spark, but KC have won the kickoff. Fatira gets it immediately into the Ultimates' goal. Or at least in that general direction. Fatira follows up. Drali is bullying Chronic, and Fatira almost capitalizes.
Scary time to be defended there with somebody barreling down on you, but LJ, lovely reset. Drali just floats and waits to see what LJ can do, and it does not get it past him. Atto chance to go central. Ends up tapping it midward, then he can grab that middle boost, or that corner boost. Drali with a reset, crossbar found. No goal, LJ with no touch, and Atto decides not to push too hard up for this. They know there will be other chances.
But even after the tactical timeout, immediately you see Drali getting full control of 100 boosts in front of the Ultimates net. It's the last thing they want to see. I don't understand how Carmine Corp are having so little pressure put upon them at times, but I guess the Ultimates won't be the only team scratching their heads in that sense when they play Carmine Corp. Fatira, again, full control of the ball, First Killer. Forces it sideways at least, and now it's Chronic's turn to have something to do with it. Fatira's already up. Chronic beats Fatira, and Atto swats it away to the side. LJ gets the reset from the corner. Is anybody following up?
Oh, this is tough.
No, and here's Atto.
Atto to the skies. The reset ends up faking it. Does go low. Maybe should have gone for the reset there. There's a good chance for KC. It was a 2v1. A pinch, however. LJ needing to track back, make sure it doesn't squeak through. First 90 without incident for Ultimates.
Oh, Charlie almost got the redirect there from the dunk. That wasn't too far off, and he was going for it as well. Now it's Fatira's turn. First round, a little bit of trouble. Fatira makes it look simple.
6 unanswered goals. The first in game 3. And it's the quick reset to beat the final man. You see Ferrer, he smiles, he knows what's on their way. This, currently, merely a formality.
And let's talk about Fatira as well, a 3-time major winner, twice in the blue of Carmine Corp. He's an Esports World Cup winner, but top 4, 2 times at Worlds. His best results just hasn't been able to lift the trophy that they all want the most. Atto's trying to help him do so. Chronic gets it to the side. Fatira is lingering. Charlie makes it almost easy for him as he needs. It's all easy for Fatira.
The bullying man in blue sneaks it right above 2 of them. And Chronic and First Killer completely unable to make any contact. A gorgeous slow play. But we do see a pause come in as the Ultimates, they have no issue here. Instead, it's actually on the side of Fatira.
And I'll tell you what, I'm glad that it is.
Yeah.
Because if the Ultimates concede that and then put their hand up, and not that they, you know, say that if it wasn't the case, but even so, if they did that, there'd be a couple of eyebrows raised. But the fact that it's Karmine Corp after they've got the goal means there will be no controversy here at all, which is good to see. We want to see as neutral a game of Rocket League as possible. That goal from Vatira, I mean, you talk about clutch situations, you talk about clutch players, and so much is made of Vatira, the emotions that he shows and how desperate he is, if that can sometimes affect his game in these pivotal moments. It's looking like whatever demons he has had, whatever it is that's held him off from performing at his best at the world stage, at the biggest of these grounds, is well and truly behind him. Just those moments that, even when the pressure's at its highest, still able to have 3 more seconds on the ball than anyone else.
I mean, that offense to the Ultimates, I feel like it's starting to rear its head. After this timeout, we're seeing a good few points where there are moments of excellence from the North American side, but they are still yet to score in the series. Defense currently winning the battle and may well be winning the war.
Vatira's got another flip reset from the kickoff again. No boost, floats towards the ball, and the Ultimates fall for it. Anto's up, leading first killer nothing. LJ around the corner. Who wants the ball for the Ultimates? They're trying pinches, it's just not happening. Karmine Corp have been able to read everything they've been doing, and still Vatira's faking. He's making it look so simple, something. This is the semi-finals at Worlds.
Just sends him to the shops, goes low with it, and then both Chronic just waits, because that's the threat that Vatira has. Aura blast the defense. Gets him gone. The 8th goal unanswered. Nearly a quarter of an hour without a goal for the Ultimates.
I thought they had one there, but Atto was back. The Ultimates, if they can get a goal, maybe the spark will be lit. But here comes Vatira. He was number 4. He's reversing. It's nearly working. Karmine Corp are going to keep on coming. I've said it before, I'll say it again, but there's LJ! And the Ultimates show a pulse.
The flow of blood has been stemmed as LJ just below the crossbar. I was getting myself prepared for all the perfect sweep stats. North America has never been perfect swept on land. None of these players by extension have ever been perfect swept on land either. None of them online even getting perfect swept. And the Ultimates, they keep that stat going. An incredibly important first goal.
And first killer, I imagine, would have got the first, right? For FaZe against Team BDS. On land, that's
yeah, there's also never been a perfect sweep on land in a best of 7.
Oh, lots of good ones.
Yeah.
There still hasn't. So on the Ultimates. Phase 1 complete. There's still a long, long way to go to even get back into this game, but take the small wins that we have. Chronic gets it long. First killer is there, nearly. Charlie pushes it to the side. This is better pressure here from the Ultimates. 1 goal can change things. Vatira knows he has first killer below him. Chronic, but I think it was going in anyway. But I don't think Karmine Corp would have minded Chronic beating that one away inadvertently. That's a good pass from him. Oh, towards LJ. LJ's back foot doesn't quite work, but now here comes the counter. LJ pushes it to the side again. And the Ultimates, the balance now is there.
I mean, this team has not been balanced at this event. We have not seen Chronic and LJ really reach the level of first killer. Both their points, the score per game combined, has been only just above first killer on his own on average. He has been a one-man army, but you need the trident of Karmine Corp, of any team, all 3 players on lock to take down other teams in the quarterfinals. Final 50, a shot on target from FK, but a routine save coming through from Atto.
45 seconds left. If the Ultimates can get one in the next 20 or so, they might be in business. It's first killer backflips. Charlie beats first killer to the ball then. Chronic's just waiting in there. He had more time than he realized. Again, he didn't have to dodge. And those are the mistakes that Karmine Corp are just swallowing up.
Now it comes down to that game management. Vatira, right-hand side, is right place, but doesn't mess up that first touch. An attempted pitch, Eldre onto the ceiling. A lot of boost, a lot of time, and even more space. An air dribble! Vatira, the second man from the blind spot, sneaks his way through. And first killer wanting to get a pass across. Instead, Drali sends it straight back to their half.
I just want to talk about that moment from Drali. 8 seconds left, and you're thinking, if he gets dumped here, then the Ultimates, they have a chance from a kickoff. Instead, with no boost, as this ball's about to hit the ground, Drali backflips, chain dashes round the wall, gets a perfect dunk, and suddenly the ball is in the far corner as far as the Ultimates are concerned.
They now find themselves on series point and the Ultimates on the verge of going home. One more for Karmine Corp. That was a 90-point game for Drali. Pure off-ball play. He had 3 shots, 2 demos, no needs otherwise. Vatira over 500 points. And it's still the Ultimates yet to stand up to the level that we have seen from them this season.
If it was up to me, that sort of last 5-second play from Drali would be worth 200 points, but stats are going to stat. History will say Drali did nothing in that game.
Bear in mind, we said earlier on that there has only been a single time that Karmine Corp have lost after going 2-0 up in a series, and it was at the Raleigh Major, this season at least. They are 30-1, 97%.
But what happened at the Raleigh Major, Stumpy? Talk us through it for any new viewers who are thinking, wow, these KC guys, surely they never lose from here.
Well, his former teammate in Rise went to Mina. He then joined Twisted Minds, and then when they went 3-0 down, they rolled 4 back and sent KC home with one of their worst land results ever. But in the Coliseum, the Ultimates need to fight for the honor of going to game number 5, let alone winning the series. KC on the verge of sweeping one of the greatest teams at this event.
Quick stat to the Ultimates, over 12 minutes to score in this series, which is the longest they've gone all season, and it's going to be an early one here for Karmine Corp!
It's a warranted overextension, but Firskiller comes in, maybe wants to fake out to go for the long play. Atto reads his bluff, hits it hard, gets goal number 1.
The Ultimates not out of it just yet, but the Fat Lady sure is warming up. Atto against Firskiller. Chronic's waiting underneath this one, has to get a clean touch on it. Vatira is reading that all the way, gets the boost as well. It's, again, that decision to slow down the split second. Composure is full right now for Vatira, who's been completely locked in this series. Atto wants to get the edge of a bump and does. Charlie waits, tries to put it over Chronic. Chronic needs this second touch, can't get it. Vatira respected him too much on that occasion, could have been 2.
I think Vatira saw a pinch going straight past him in his future. A lovely pass infield on target! And Atto, spidey senses, can get across the net. A lovely bridge up from Chronic, and immediately dived in front by the KC defender.
Vatira attacks, and Atto knows exactly where to put that ball to safety, even though he had Ultimates players buzzing around him. The greatest touch from Chronic allows Atto to make things even more uncomfortable for the Ultimates. LJ and here up, though. That's a good play. LJ goes for the bump. Firskiller, can he get this read? Chronic's coming in! Chronic! You had to sink that! That had to be a moment for the Ultimates!
He had a chance, it's gone wasted. The Ultimates need to earn more. With 90 seconds gone, KC stick with that 1-0 lead. Drali has to rotate the era lower boost pad. Chronic can now come in. A flip, and Vatira just knows where that ball is going. Time really starting to run out, and that makes it so much harder.
The 2-goal swing from the Ultimates nightmares. They should have scored themselves. And now Atto dunks the daylights out of LJ to compound their misery.
LJ in the corner. It's a poor miss. Needs a touch from Vatira, who can now come in and keep this pressure going. Drali on the ceiling. He wants this goal. Ends up going for the double tap off the backboard. He should have just gone straight for it. Advantage touch from Chronic. Else more attacking plays come through. Ultimates send everything. It's a lovely fake, but Firskiller goes wide with it, gets a demo. Now KC find themselves stretched.
Oh, and Chronic, the man who made the mistake earlier, gets himself on the score sheet. And that could be a key goal if the Ultimates are to lay a glove in this series.
And such a well-paced shot from Chronic as well. Sees no one's home. If you get it on target with the bump on Vatira, it means that no one is left able to tap it away as they have been so far. Immediate kickoff, Drali fakes out one, ends and then going low with this, central again. And the Ultimates, their second goal is going to fill them with hope.
Can certainly happen. Firskiller gets the reset. Chronic is underneath this one. Wants to get the boost as well, isn't able to do so, but does follow it up. Good play there from Chronic, shielding, defending his teammates. Firskiller to the side, Chronic waiting underneath it. Drali into the middle. Firskiller might be causing some more chaos with a couple of bumps as he comes out as well. Chronic's able to keep the attack going. Tees up Firskiller. This is better from the Ultimates. They're finding each other now on attack.
They still need that rear spear. One of those spearheads to come into action. It's a nice cross-goal shot from LJ, but leads to a counter-attack from Vatira. The 1, the 2. The speed in the car unable to line up.
Nice effort there from Vatira. LJ knew he had, actually it was first I think, who had the pass, knew he had LJ back. First could be in a little bit of trouble here though. Vatira has the chance to reset over the top of him. But again, the Ultimates holding their nerve. One more goal may just kill this series. And that's a big demo. This might be the moment. It's Vatira! Huge save again! Chronic follows it up again! All three of them involved defensively, and they wriggle the ball away!
Seeing those bumps on the final defender just makes Ultimate's job so much harder. This one pinching nicely into the blue wall's corner. With Vatira onto the backboard. One more goal would surely seal the fate of Ultimates this season.
Oh, so close there from the ceiling. Here's LJ, puts it onto the back wall. Charlie has to stay behind it. Chronic's waiting. Chronic's following up. It's First Killer. He goes high. Is anybody following up for him? It's going to be LJ, but it's saved.
The battle to get through the semi-finals so far has been one-sided. And the Ultimates, they need to wrestle through. Only 1 minute remaining.
LJ waits. It's a little bit awkward, the pass through from Chronic. Chronic has to try and make amends, but goes the reigning world champion!
So rough touch from Chronic puts LJ in an absolute rotter of a position. Securing the reset though, top corner was the only place he saw. And the crowd chant Drali, as Drali is their god.
It's Carmine Corp's biggest reaction of the day so far. Is Atto to seal it? Not quite this time. Vatira doesn't need that 100. He's still got plenty. Atto is waiting for his touch. LJ up. Ultimates need to get this ball out of their half immediately, and Chronic's missed. First killer to LJ, but they're all low on boost, Stumpy. There's nothing they can do.
This is a dominant chapter in the storybook of Carmine Corp for the World Championship. We are looking at greatness being made.
The semi-finals looks like it's upon us. And it looks like we'll be joined again by the blue wall. Carmine Corp show their game management skills. Atto pumps it forwards and LJ clears.
It's the final 10, and this countdown is going to be ending the entire season of the Ultimate. You came to play in Carmine Corp's backyard, and you entered the belly of the beast. KC move through to the semi-finals.
Carmine Corp flourish in their spotlight, where others would wither. These three players and this storied coach who leads their path continue their relentless march towards Vatira's first World Championship, towards Atto's first World Championship, and towards the Moroccan in the middle retaining his World Championship.
Allowing 2 goals in from the greatest offensive player at this tournament in First Killer is a phenomenal feat. So impressive. They're showing that defense not only sitting at the back and making sure that they are able to keep their goal line clean, but they can transition down the other end and smash home an immeasurable amount. A performance to be proud of, and the Ultimates, they go back to North America, back to the drawing board.
It's better though for the Ultimates. Top 6 in the World Championship, so much better for First Killer, but they will look at individual moments in that series and think, if only we'd taken this chance, if only we hadn't made that mistake. In truth, Casey dominated from top to bottom, but the Ultimates could have done more.
We got a lot of Rocket League, still coming today. There's still GK taking on Wildcard. And that win, Cole, secures Carmine Corp to take on the Falcons later on today. This arena is not done with them yet.
KC, who defeated Falcons at the Esports World Cup. Maybe Falcons can return the favor. We will see. But for now, all I care about is seeing what Leaf has got to say on the stage.
Leon, fait de bruit pour Carmine Corp! I have Pharaoh with me, one of the most legendary coaches of all time, and you're backing one of the strongest teams of all time, it looks like. How do you prepare players for what is the biggest event
and the most important event of their entire lives.
Ferra, comment est-ce que tu prépares tes joueurs pour l'un des plus gros événements de leur vie, évidemment tu vas répondre en français et je vais traduire Ferra, les gars.
Bonjour à tous déjà. Effectivement, c'est un event extrêmement important pour nous. C'est le plus grand événement de l'année, c'est le plus grand événement de Rocket League. Les joueurs le savent, mais c'est pour ça qu'on joue. Moi, j'ai pas envie de jouer des régionaux toute l'année dans une petite salle de bootcamp. Je veux qu'on joue des matchs en LAN avec un public comme ça, parce que c'est ce qui nous fait vibrer. Merci à tous.
I thought, of course, this is the biggest event we all do all the years. Like we like Major, but this is different. This is something else. We want to play here. We want to be the best here, and this is why we are playing all years for this moment. So thank you, guys.
Now, I got to bring it up too, and I know you're not focused on this. You're focused on your team. But for you, if the team wins, you could be the first two-time coach champion. What does that mean for you to stand here and realize that could be a possibility?
Bon alors évidemment t'es pas focus là-dessus, c'est ton équipe qui compte le plus, mais si tu gagnes ces championnats du monde, tu seras officiellement le premier coach à avoir gagné 2 fois les championnats du monde de Rocket League. Qu'est-ce que ça signifie pour toi?
J'y pense pas, on n'y est pas. Il y a encore beaucoup de matchs.
I don't think so. I don't think about it. We are not there yet. There is still a lot of matches.
Fair enough. Now, you're also known for your legendary speeches in the past, and I'm wondering right now, I don't think I can say anything as important as you could. Would you like to talk to the lovely folks behind us?
On te connaît pour ton speech incroyable. Est-ce que tu voudrais parler un petit peu au Blue Wall, mon cher Ferra?
Les amis, on est de retour en demi-finale. J'ai hâte de la commencer, mais comme vous savez, on joue contre Falcons. Pour être honnête, généralement, on joue chez eux. Et vous savez, ils aiment bien mettre une atmosphère hostile. Là, on est chez nous. Dans le respect. Dans le respect. Mais vous savez quoi faire. Parce que après tout, c'est nous les méchants.
The Blue Wall send home another North American hopeful, and this time it's not even close. We've been asking the question on the desk, okay, well, they've gone 2-2, they've gone back and forth. Yeah. Ultimates has beaten them twice. Can they do it again now on the stage? The answer was a definitive no.
And the European region, there's been 11 teams eliminated so far. Europe has eliminated 8 of them throughout this tournament so far. K-Corp looked unbeatable. Vatira looked unbeatable. 1 goal per game, 1 assist per game as well. He was all over the field in the Ultimates. Just had no answers.
Domination, just utter domination. I didn't expect it to be that one-sided, but I mean, KC showed up, and when they put it all together, when they play their style, and when all the players are just playing their normal level, it's unplayable. You know, really, I do believe that only Falcons can match them when they're playing that well. Now, for everybody else, they better be hoping KC slump in other games. Yeah, they're not beating that.
Listen, Karmine Corp had lost their last 2 matches against Ultimates, but Karmine Corp is also 8-0 against Ultimates in bracket. 4-0 in the Birmingham Major Final, and then 4-0 here at the World Championship. I mean, there's something about we're on the stage, KC, they elevate, and they played their best ball they have all tournament, and of course it happens on Championship Sunday.
But then for the Ultimates, there were some defensive mistakes, but more so on the offensive side. They had some shots, and they missed those shots. When you're going up against K-Corp, you need to make every single play count, and the Ultimates just were not doing that throughout the series.
Yeah, they didn't really respond to the initial punch that KC threw at them very well. I mean, wow, just Vatira had them all on a string there. The Puppet Master making Ultimates look silly. Yeah, I mean, we all knew if Ultimates don't win that game 3, or if at least it isn't close, then this series is as good as over. So, yeah, it was just a matter of when. For 4-0, 4-1, KC are obviously winning.
And just the scoring just kept on coming. The crowd just having a ball. Like, they got here early and they just had a good time. It was never in doubt. This entire match, the entire time. Game 1 was close, but we expect that. Game 1s are always close. It's always very coin flippy, but once K-Corp ran away with Game 2, it felt like it was over. The Ultimate scored twice in this entire match. The defense of K-Corp came up. Drawley with a great dunk there with the flip reset. And K-Corp moving on.
You know, for neutral fans watching this, we're just like, oh, we're just fans of V Sports. We just want to see like good matches. Matches like this maybe feel kind of boring to watch when you
Yeah.
see something that's as one-sided as this. You can take a look at the stats and see kind of the kickoff goals. There was only one kickoff goal, but that bar is entirely blue all the way over the edge there. And that was kind of how the whole match felt there. It might feel kind of boring for the Karmine Corp fans. If you've ever had the privilege of rooting for a team, there's nothing more fun than a blowout. You can just sit there and you just know you're winning the whole time.
Yeah, I think, for me personally, some of the most historic moments in Rocket League history come at the end of a dominant team, putting up a dominant run like Xayah are in right now. So, right now this is the story building part of the day, and their story continues into the semi-final. If they can win that, they're going to seem unbeatable, and that's where things like Cloud9 Season 6 can happen, where the team that seems unbeatable finally get beaten.
And we began on Wednesday, Wave. Can you just spread your arms real quick again?
It's like,
that's the gap. That's the gap between K-Corp Falcons and everyone else. Yes, K-Corp had one bad loss, but you just saw that gap on that stage right there. There is a sizable gap.
That's the gap?
That's the gap.
No, I'm not seeing the gap yet. I'm not seeing it. I think there's a 1, 2, and I think there's a number 3 as well. I think number 3 is in the same position as Falcons at the moment.
Number 3's got a lot to prove, because I saw your number 3 struggling with that same Ultimates lineup. NRG.
Yeah, where's Ultimates Game 7?
I saw NRG struggling against Ultimates.
Well, did they lose against them?
KC just popped them.
They didn't lose against them, though. Don't want to know this tournament against them.
Don't even pretend that they look like they're the same level. NRG have got to prove today that they're anywhere near K-Corp's level that we just saw. They can still prove that later on today, and I think they are going to make the final, for the record, but they need to look pretty good for me to predict them to win.
Karmine Corp versus Team Falcons is set for our semi-final match. The winner of that will play for the title of Rocket League World Champion. We're going to drop down to the bottom part of the bracket now with the matches we have left on the day. Karmine Corp and Falcons will come up a little bit later on. It's going to be Wildcard versus GK.
The European region, they've only knocked out each other still throughout this tournament. They just want to knock everyone out. Wildcard, this is going to be a really tough match for them. GK has been that underdog throughout that has looked so good, but Wildcard, they played up to the Falcons. They at least did that. It was a 4-1, but it was close, so who knows?
Close games, super close games.
It genuinely was, back when the Chiefs made that top 4 run a million years ago, was the last time any of us felt this confident about an OCE team, and it's a good feeling, mate.
It's a great feeling.
It's a good feeling to have some faith in the OCE boys.
It is a great feeling. Listen, OCE, when they're balling out, when you have more than just EU, when you also have NA, when you have Mina, and you have Sam, and then you have OCE as well, man. I mean, like,
Virtus Pro. Shout out Virtus Pro.
Shout out Virtus Pro as well. I mean, Rocket League is just a better all-CS circuit when all the regions in the world are competitive, and it does sort of go back to OCE as well.
Folks, congratulations to Karmine Corp on that victory. Their road's still a bit long, though. They got some other matches to get through. When we come back, EU versus OCE, GK taking on Wildcard. That's coming up after the break.
There's a reason they don't call them clean bikes, am I right? Because it's dirt bike.
Gas stations.
Whew. You gotta start at the top and work your way down. You want me to do yours next? Oh, you're from Oklahoma.
They have to fill the silence.
The bathroom code's 9914.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Look at this hot rodder!
T-Bates here, and today I have a special unboxing from Blacklight. It's gonna be something you've never seen before. ASMR. Let's get into it. Oh my gosh! Sorry, oh my gosh. It's cool. These are the instructions. It's a piece of art. Smooth as silk. And now, for the finishing touches. The Athena Pro. Blacklight. RLCS. Available for pre-order right now.
Last year's FIFA World Cup was unreal. Nations going head to head. The energy, the passion, it was legendary. But this year, this is next level. Everyone wants this beauty, but only one nation will lift it. Fame your game. Let's go.
Rocket League Esports without context. Yeah, I decided to just walk up, stare him down and T-pose, and that was enough. Oh, unlucky Daniel. Killer's over one. Oh, God. Well, that's ugly.
To be completely honest, just go. Just go.
Everybody, welcome. I'm lucky enough to be joined here by Ninjas in Pajamas, a team that took the long way around, Oski, but you made it here. You made it to France.
Yeah, it's a year of ups and downs, many downs, but as long as we made it in the end, that's what I matters, you know?
It was ups and downs. There were some tough times, but you know, things did work out okay in the end. We moved forward to Split 2. Obviously, it was after Split 2 that Itachi announced that he would be retiring from Pro Rocket League. At what point did you guys know that he'd be making that decision?
He didn't want to really play the game after the season, and yeah, me and Oski kind of saw throughout the season that he didn't want to play because his hours were kind of low, I'll be honest. And I mean, yeah, that was kind of obvious.
Yeah, is that where the Roadhog decision came from? Because I mean, you guys could use the Roadhog, you know, in his honor, Radosa, especially because you got the piggy there as well.
Don't worry, I will do it.
Good. I expect that from you. But yeah, so then you brought in Radosin. What was the story there? Did you reach out to him? Did he reach out to you?
It was weird because like we decided that we wanted to like kick Itachi, right? Try and replace him for the LCQ, and like the only person that we had on our mind was Rado. No offense, okay, but like. Because Rado was on General Mates, so he was on the contract still. I think it was like quite easy to get him to join, to be honest. The hardest part was the contract, in my opinion.
And you were straight back into the public eye. Was there a lot of pressure on you? You haven't been playing for a while, you're a former world champion, and suddenly you're alongside these guys for the last chance qualifier, one chance to achieve it.
I didn't have pressure because my season was over, obviously, so I can't have pressure at LCQ, so I just enjoy it.
Is it nice having a mascot? Because, I mean, that thing is staring at me right now. Like, its eyes are boring down on me.
It's kind of annoying sometimes when I'm playing twos. He just keeps, like, squeezing it in my ear. And I get kind of mad, but, yeah, it's fine.
Has he not brought one for you guys as well? Like, I feel like you could have three.
I wanted a gift, he's doing one.
Will you be taking it out onto the world stage?
Of course. When I score a goal, I do that.
Into the microphone as well. I hope so. So, now we're here. What's a sort of decent lineup for you guys?
Top 4 is good for me. I won't win obviously, but top 4 will be fine. Maybe top 6 as well.
What do you think?
Top 1 on the field.
How about you?
I mean, I keep getting the same results, trying to like top 4, top 6, it's kind of boring. I don't want to obviously do worse, but I want to make the final at least. And then once I make the final, in my mind there's like no way I lose, you know.
The last chance qualifier itself, Saturday, you lost 4 rows of BDS, right? And you're giggling. What happened? Why did you lose 4 rows of BDS?
This season, I had one nemesis. It's not Zen, it's not Vatira, it's not Rally, it's not Ato, it's Duke, bro. He smashed me during all the season, bro. He beat me every time I played him.
But then on the Sunday, 4-0 against them. So what changed?
Him changed.
What did you do now?
We just had a good talk with the team, and yeah, I mean, we all just played way better, and yeah. 4-1 against PDS in the final.
4 over Gentlemates as well. I know both of you guys have history with them, obviously. So was there quite a lot of sort of personal desire to beat them when you came up against them? Is it more competitive against Gentlemates?
They were like the best second team in the LCQ, so If we won that series, we would have won the whole IC, to be fair. But no personal things, for me at least. For other maybe.
You're looking at me, Rebecca, so you say what you want to say.
Me, it was one of the reasons that I signed to NAP, because in the LCQ I knew the gentleman's gonna be here, and I wanted just my tapping too. That's it. Otherwise, I didn't play the LCQ.
Any teams that you're really looking forward to playing at Worlds?
Geeko.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Get one back with Joyo?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything in particular that you guys are excited about? I mean, everybody's talking about the crowd. The French crowd is going to be incredible. But have you been talking them through the charts that they might hear?
Yeah, I think it will be amazing. Like, there will be like Golden Hornets, Bussy, Düsseldorf, they were here, and we were too, and it will be more amazing right now, because there will be a lot. So I think it's going to be the best line in this world.
I hope so as well. Well, thank you so much, guys. And I'm sure the Ninja in the Pajamas will be doing a lot of their talking on the pitch. Keep an eye out for them this week at the World Championships.
Championship Sunday continues here for the Rocket League World Championship 2025. We're down to 5 teams, quickly approaching the ultimate match of the year. It's Army Corps get the win over the Ultimates and advance for a match against the Falcons. We're all excited about that one. We're all excited about all the matches this week, and welcome back to the desk. We got Wildcard coming up against GK here in just a moment. Jorby, how did you feel about Ultimates?
Who?
Oh, my goodness.
Were they there? Because Karmic Corp, this is looking like Birmingham 2.0, where they just make everybody look like Platts. I mean, Vatira is in all-time form right now. I'm scared for everybody against KC, even Falcons.
It's going to be so good, that match. I can't wait for that one. We still have other action around, and obviously, whoever wins that, they still have to win that final. Yeah. I expect them to, but you just never know.
We'll see, folks. Again, only 4 matches standing between us and the Rocket League 2025 World Champion. Wildcard going to take on GK. The winner takes on NRG. And then those semifinal matches will get played. The winners will play for the title of World Champion. It's going to be a crazy one. The teams are getting ready to go, and I know the fans are getting ready as well. The Golden Hornets have been warming up. It's time for the second match of the day.
Representing Oceania, the Down Underdogs, Advance Australia Fair, here comes Wild Card!
I think Ludi just made them French.
We have a Europe versus Europe battle coming up here.
I have never seen anyone knighted with a baguette before.
I did not.
Honorary Frenchman.
Incredible. I mean, the Golden Hornets had already clearly adopted Wildcard as their team, and yet they're now have an even better reason.
So this wasn't for the crowd. This was for their Rocket League skill, because they just don't know the skill, because now they're French.
I mean, did you see them yesterday? They were literally a couple of plays away from making making that Falcon series completely different. They absolutely earned this
Well,
knighthood.
they're many
They
plays
earned
away
this
from
knighthood.
making that Falcon series different, Jorby. I'll tell you that much. It kind of cost long for 4-0. But I'll tell you this, 3-0 against Furia, 3-0 against Dignitas. They showed you that they can play, and the best thing coming out of the Falcon series for them was that the games were tight. They didn't just get blown out of a game. They might have lost 4 straight, but they were competitive games, Gibbs.
We see Torsos, age 25, oldest here since season 3. He's been here, 17 lands. He has the top 4 already. He wants another. And Fever as well. 12 lands for him, finally making it out of that top 8. He's up there. He wants more.
And listen, their crowd presence, their camera presence is spectacular. They're ready for this moment. We don't see them on the stage often, but my God, get them on the stage more often.
Absolutely.
They're ready to ball out.
There's no extra hype here. They brought all the hype themselves. They absolutely deserve it. And introducing their opponents on the orange side, representing Europe, from improbable to inevitable, please welcome to the stage, GK Esports! If GK wins this series, it would be the first time that these 3 players have placed top 4 in a world championship. And Joyo's on this team. He has been close twice. Got 5th, 6th on Moist, 5th, 6th on Oxygen, and then 9th through 12th elsewhere. But we won't talk about that, Joyo, don't worry. But it's crazy to me that it's taken him this long to get back, but this feels like it's his best shot to finally do it, Gibbs.
Yes, because of his teammates. Oli is having a tournament for himself. Not in the MVP running as of yet, but he could easily do that. The man that is, though, is Archie, leading in goals per game, accolades. He's had a phenomenal tournament, Bates.
And he's doing it by positioning. He doesn't need the mechanics. He doesn't need to be going up there flip resetting. He just needs to be in the right space at the right time to make the correct play to ultimately give his team the best chance in order to come out successful. And then the man who he knows in no introduction, Joyo.
It's all business. Oh, not anymore. Now he's posing for the camera.
Never mind.
Joyo's ready. When the lights are the brightest, yes, maybe World Championship hasn't been his thing, but he does have a major title under his belt, so he knows how to win in big moments. So see if he can maybe get him versus Vatira in that grand finals. That's still possible.
It is. It's crazy to think about how much LAN experience there is on the wild card side of this stage here. I mean, I'm pretty sure right now I'm correct in saying Torsaz holds the record for most consecutive lands at this point.
And most lands.
We are most with Garrett G retiring at this point. He's going to be passing him here, but getting to this point, this is something that's still new for these boys. And Torsaz, I believe, has been this far, but still, that was a long time. That was an age ago. That was a different generation. It feels like at this point. Meanwhile, the GK boys have played at this level before.
We got the 3-time MVP with Banana Head coming out. If these guys have any chance to make a run today, he's got to play like an MVP. But Oli, as well, has been playing so well. And this is why both these guys, why they're here today, because of their tournament performances so far.
I mean, Banana Head yesterday, he was throwing out fakes. He was creating opportunities against Falcons for wild card. But I love that Oli's on the other side of that because he was saving absolutely everything earlier this weekend. You could not get by him on the goal line. You couldn't get by him in the midfield and setting up opportunities. Oli has been so ridiculous. And so it feels like another case of wild card. Can you get by this stalwart defense of GK?
And again, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to be saying it all weekend long. Europe hasn't been eliminated by anyone but Europe. Europe is the best.
But really, what is that other than a pattern? Is that actual analysis?
It is. Europe is the #1 region until proven otherwise, and when it matters most, Europe shows up.
Isn't it
they have taken out 8 of the teams so far out of the 11. It is very difficult to beat any of these European teams.
I think it's like once is an anomaly, twice is a pattern, 3 times is a trend.
Yeah.
And we've been trending Europe are the most dominant region, and it's not close.
They really have.
They really are, but listen, if there's one team that can't get the job done, it's this wild card squad. You heard GK walked in. We're in France. This still isn't within Europe. They're getting booed because, listen, these fans are here. They want to see wild card be successful, and I honestly think that wild card, they've been playing so good that they can be successful. They just have to do it for 4 straight games here.
Well, folks, let us know who you think is going to win. Progressive fan vote at home. We'll make our picks up here on the desk. I feel like I know which direction the arena wants you to go, Jorby, but who are you picking?
The arena wants to go one direction. I fought tooth and nail with myself. Give me wild card. Porsauce gets another top 4. Banana Head Fever gets their first top 4 at the World Championship. It's the best they've ever looked.
I love me some European teams, Wave. You know it. I'm going to keep with that story. Europe will not be eliminated now. I'm going GK.
Ooh, okay. Bates?
Listen, they didn't like that. All I got to say is, I don't have too much to say. All I got to say is, Aussie, 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 give me wild card, because they're going to come out on top right here. I believe in them.
I believe in them. I believe in wild card with my heart, but my mind clearly looks at Archie, Joyo, and Oli and says that team is better in every way. Give me GK on this one, folks. It's going to be split on the desk. How do we feel about it, though, with the coin? The coin got the first one wrong for the day. Couldn't believe that one. Maybe that one was on me in the way I threw it. I don't know. Let's see. Here we go. It comes up wild card! The coin believes. Fate is on the side of the Aussies.
Wild card. It's about game 1, game 2. Just get out hot early. Then GK. All the pressure's on them. You're playing with house money, wild card. So go take it.
Great defense leads to great offense for wild card. That is the answer in order for them to be successful.
They're the fan favorites in the building, fan favorites online as well, folks. Can they prove them? All right. There has been so much magic in this building this week, and each of these teams have performed miracles of their own when they needed them most. And now it's time to dig deep and find another silver spell. Which wizard comes out on top on the biggest of stages on the most sacred day of the year? Do the champions of OCE have what it takes to continue to write this fairy tale? The winner earns a dance with the kings of the north. It's GK versus Wildcard, OCE's brightest hope.
We've waited 7 years for this moment. 7 years since OCE has been here on Championship Sunday on the biggest stage in esports.
Absolutely nobody else deserves to be here more than you right now, CJ. It's time! Wildcard versus GK Esports.
What a worthy opponent, GK top 2 EWC. A worthy challenger for Wildcard, 6-0 through the groups. A balanced 1-4 loss yesterday to Falcons. In a game that it felt like they should have won, and if you run the numbers, or even data coach, 39% conversion from Wildcard in that series. They should have won. They just didn't score. They could have put it in the back of the net. They need to convert today.
Listen, a lot of the times when you go into the matches like they did yesterday, even if you fall short, you are very aware that when it comes down to a team like GK, you can do it. However, you are still going to remember who they are at the end of the day.
They're not going to make this easy, and look at the start. Archie has been the player for GK. The guy that steps up when the pressure's at its highest, and he's done it right here on Champ Sunday. 1-0, what a pass.
Now, GK Esports, of course, in their own respective right, have had such an incredible week here at Worlds. They finally take down everybody in their path. This is the furthest they've gotten to in a World Championship environment. Archie taking the solo play. No boost to his name, though, but still manages to keep the pressure on for GK Esports. Joyo bumped off the play here. You can see Oli playing it back a little bit further, waiting for this ball to come towards.
Did take a minute or two for Wildcard to settle yesterday. See again, 1-0 down. And B-Head actually, nice double, but with the coverage. So he has the crowd support we saw in the walkouts, getting knighted with a baguette, trying to get the crowd on their side. It felt like it was going to be a 50-50 support here in the LDLC arena here in Lyon. Obviously, GK and EU team, no Frenchmen. And we saw the support that Wildcard had yesterday against Falcons. Certainly split here with the crowd, but the advantage with GK early.
A little bit of a clear here in the corner. Of course, all eyes, like we said, will be on Archie, but for Wildcard,
Banana Head has really always been that initiator. Once the initial pop-up goes crazy, there could be a turnaround, but defense has been their strong suit. It is what has kept them taking everybody in their path down for the most part up until yesterday, their first loss. Joyo bumped out the backboard. Oh! Absolutely disgusting.
Joyo off the roof to himself, thought it was a pass, but he lands, recovers, saves the flip. 2-0.
Joyo has another level of mechanical recovery that most people don't. And it's displayed front and center in front of everyone right now.
Wildcard looking settled, but this has been all GK. They cannot get this ball in the orange half. They really struggling to push this GK defense. They're such a solid team. Oli's been a fantastic pick up. Oh, what a save from Joyo.
Really solid chance there for Wildcard. They are going to keep pressure on. Torsos loses his ball. A demo in the mid from Oli allows the GK transition. Can they spot each other? It's just wide enough. Beavers around one. Can Torsos finish? The demo opens a path. Can Wildcard do it?
And it's Big T, the oldest player at the World Champs, in his 9th time on the big stage. Gets the first goal on Champ Sunday for Wildcard.
This is the kind of play that Wildcard is going to have to be presenting to GK Esports to be able to get past them. A wonderful showing, a demo to open up the path. Now granted, GK at some point are going to try and prepare themselves for it, but the response isn't coming through too on the goal line to make the save.
Took a while yesterday for Wildcard to score their first goal against Falcons, but when they did it, felt like they were able to break the deadlock. What a shot from Oli. Look at GK. Trying to get back to that 2-goal lead. The bump doesn't land, but that goal was huge for Wildcard. Still a lot of time here. Don't have to rush. Just have to find a way to break through. They will get chances. You can see the nerves from both sides, but fantastic touch from Oli. Running it down. Doesn't get the boost. Wildcard are out. Nice touch.
I do like what I'm seeing from GK Esports. They are playing one man a little bit further up. It's tending to be Oli, but if Wildcard can force the 2v2 and get the demo, it could be theirs. But for now, GK had a little bit of pressure here. Big clear for Wildcard. Demo again, trying to open up the path for Torsos. This one gets off. Can he hand it off? Not quite.
Yeah, look at Fever though, looking for demos. They're looking dangerous. They're getting some chances early on the backboard. This has been a Wildcard. They'll be out here though. Look at Joyo, who's pushed downfield, doesn't go the shot. Instead knows he has Archie across. This is where they can build a little bit of pressure. Shot cover, but it is a double commit. Torsos popping it up, buys time. There's B-Head in the middle for Thieves. Fever with a double, getting in. Oh, what's a save coming through? GK time and time again.
Just a little bit too much pressure on that one, but patience could pay off later on. Just under a minute to go, Wildcard still trailing. Archie pops this one down. Banana Head's not going to let that stop them there. Quick cut from Fever to make the clear. Banana Head's already up. He's past Joyo. Can he follow it? One touch. Bump on Archie. Can he get down?
Just blocked, and Oli has spawned the right side. No boost. He has lost that from Torsos. Do Wildcard get one last crack at this? Could have broke through. Over the top of one, not to beat. Joyo right there, Banana Head. He finds two. Fever's gonna wait downfield. The crowd oohing and ahhing as there's 15 on the clock. Torsos won't be happy with the touch. It's a nice pass. Fever, solo play. It's not a backboard. We got 10 on the clock. Oli trying to clear it now. Banana Head, he throws it across. Can anyone get this ball in the back of the net for Wildcard? GK hanging on. Ground yet to be found. Fever, one more, perhaps no.
A valiant effort from Wildcard. A really good attempt too. You saw two go into the net to try and get the demo. Unfortunately for them, Torsos just was too high up. He couldn't find his way to nosedive down with the ball. GK Esports stood very, very strong. This is not a free game for them by any means. They definitely are having to work for it. 3 saves out of GK Esports may not seem like a lot, but some of these are quality shots.
Absolutely, and I think if you looked at yesterday's series, Wildcard against Falcons, game 1 was their shakiest. It was their nerviest, if you would. So expecting an improved performance, but what a start for GK. They got that first goal on the board, able to get that 2-goal lead. Wildcard tried to peg it back. It's too little too late, but I think we've got ourselves a very, very good series ahead of us.
I'm so excited to see how Wildcard adapt into the next one. I do love the plan of trying to be cheeky and send somebody forward, go over the demo, but unfortunately for them, first time worked out. It was the second time that GK quickly adapted to it, so we got to see what else they can bring to it. For now, GK are just playing the clean game that we've been seeing all week.
Yeah, they are just such a fantastic team and severely underrated, particularly before EWC. In the group of death, they made their way through, only lost to Falcons, and then straight to the grand final, only losing to Carmine Corp. So at this stage, you could really say that GK has a claim of #3 team in the world. They're just losing to the top two, who look a cut above the rest. We'll find out in an absolute doozy of a semi-final later on just who's going to be in the grand final, KC or Falcons. Winner of this, of course, will face NRG in the semi-final. I think both teams will be happy they're on this side of the bracket with the form that Carmine Corp are in, with the form that Falcons are in, and given that they did handle Wildcard the 4-1 victory yesterday, but a little bit more time getting into game 2. I think this can help the Aussie boys reset. I know that Jimmer was able to calm the boys down against Falcons, and they really looked good towards the end of that series.
They really did. Again, of course, this is a long one. Best of 7, tons of time to improve throughout the entirety of it. And I feel like that was what was so special, or has always been, honestly, so special about Wildcard or any OCE team. You guys come in here, you know you're underdogs, but then when you pull runs off like this, you just have all the time to play and be happy and have good vibes. The pressure is all on their shoulders. And also yesterday, these pauses continued to happen in the GK one, so you know there's a level of frustration that might be in the back of their minds of, we have yet to play a full series clean.
Yeah, look, the mental side can be huge, and Jimmer has been massive for this team. I know that he wasn't with them at the Esports World Cup. Didn't hop over there, they didn't boot camp either, but since then they've had a fantastic boot camp. This Wildcard team, coach back on board, back in business. They look locked in, as you said. They're always having a good time, but very, very rarely are they on stage on Championship Sunday. Giving themselves 2 cracks. They lost yesterday, no more lives left. Winner plays NRG. GK going to be very, very tough to beat. They are the favourites. They're the deserved favourites.